A senior Democratic lawmaker has announced that he will leave his guest seat empty during the upcoming State of the Union address, dedicating it to a 73-year-old Indian grandmother who was detained and deported by the US immigration authorities. Congressman John Garamendi said that the symbolic gesture honors his former constituent Harjit Kaur, who was deported to India last year. President Donald Trump is scheduled to deliver the State of the Union address on February 24. In a statement, Garamendi said Kaur was cruelly deported to India in the dead of the night, and that the empty seat would represent that he described as the human cost of the administration's immigration policies. Kaur had lived in the United States since early 1990s. After her asylum case was denied in 2012, she continued to comply with immigration and customs enforcement check-ins in San Francisco every 6 months for more than 13 years. On September 8, 2025, she was detained during a routine check-in and initially held at an ICE facility in Bakersfield, California. The following day, she was transferred to the Mesa Verde detention facility. According to her family and legal representatives, on September 19 at around 2 a.m., she was transported in handcuffs from Bakersfield to Los Angeles and flown to Georgia without prior notice to her attorney or relatives, before being placed on a charter flight to India. Her whereabouts were reportedly unknown for more than 24 hours. Although her family had arranged commercial travel and planned to accompany her to India, she was deported without the opportunity to say goodbye. Garamendi criticized the move, noting that Trump had pledged to target the worst of the worst in immigration enforcement. He argued that deporting a 73-year-old grandmother with no criminal record who had complied with the ICE requirements for years contradicted that promise. The congressman's office also alleged that during detention, Kaur was held for hours without a bed or chair, forced to sleep on the floor, shackled during transfers, denied vegetarian meals consistent with her religious beliefs, and restricted from accessing prescribed medications. Immigrant enforcement remains one of the most polarizing issues in US politics, particularly under President Trump's administration. While supporters argue stricter policies strengthen border security, critics point to cases like Kaur's as evidence of harsh detention centers and humanitarian concerns, including the treatment of Indian nationals facing removal proceedings.